So, the way I learned about Hoagy Carmichael was kind of funny. I like Tobe Nwigwe. I don't know if you've heard of him, but I try to keep my finger on the pulse of upcoming music. And Tobe Nwigwe is coming up, yo. So Tobe Nwigwe, he's putting out a lot of music fast, and a lot of it's good. So I've been paying attention to him. He's got a really unique style. He's got a really unique perspective, and I think that's going to pay him off. So he released a song called "Try Jesus," and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, man, that's the same chord progression as "Georgia on My Mind," you know? I mean, it's exactly the same. And this is before I got on my Indiana kick. So I'm looking up "Georgia on My Mind." I thought it was a Ray Charles song. So I, type it into Google, and they're like, nah, it wasn't Ray Charles, it was Willie Nelson. I'm like, okay. So I look up Willie Nelson. And Willie Nelson's like, man, I didn't write that. That was a Hoagy Carmichael song. Yahtzee, right? So I got an Indiana boy getting covered by Tobe Nwigwe 90 years later. Like, the first recording of "Georgia on My Mind" was in 1930. And I think Tobe released "Try Jesus" this summer, 2020.
Hoagy Carmichael was born in Bloomington, Indiana in 1899. Now, the nice way to say it is that he grew up in very modest circumstances. And the honest way to say it is that he grew up poor. I think me and Hoagy have a lot in common. I went to 4 elementary schools. That's just what life is like when you grow up poor. In 1916, his family moved to Indianapolis. I'm not having the easiest time finding the address. In Jelly Roll, Bix, and Hoagy, it said that he lived at Lockerbie and East. And that's right up the street from me, and very near the James Whitcomb Riley home, which is like some wacky famous poet from Indiana. Hoagy's mother played ragtime piano, and while living in Indianapolis, he learned some of this brand new stuff called jazz from a gentleman named Reginald Duval. That seems to be as far as his musical education went. During his college years, he wrote some songs for Bix Beiderbecke, because he was a huge fan. He even recorded a few sides at the Jeanette recording studio, but nothing came of it. So he finishes college, and he gets his law degree, and he moves to Florida. Done and done. One day, he's walking down the street past a record store, and they're playing his song, a song called "Washboard Blues" that he had recorded at Jeanette, but they destroyed it because it was trash. Before it was destroyed, though, the sheet music was made. So when he was walking by this record store, he hears his own song as performed by some other dude. So he quits his job. If your choices in life are to write music or toil in real estate legal contracts, it sounds like a simple decision. So if Hoagy Carmichael had not been walking down the street to hear his own music played back to him, he would have never realized that someone was making money off of his intellectual property. And if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have "Georgia on My Mind," and we wouldn't have "Stardust," and we wouldn't have "Heart and Soul," and we wouldn't have "The Nearness of You." And by extension, we wouldn't have Tobe Nwigwe and Jabari Johnson giving us a beautifully modern track like "Try Jesus." And here's a funny thing. His sister's name was Georgia. Try Jesus, not me. 'Cause I throw these hands. Try Jesus, please don't try me, because I fight. Now I know what he said about getting slapped, but if you touch me or mine, well, we gon' have to scrap. So try Jesus, please don't try me, 'cause I fight. Now I know that he said turn the other cheek, but that's one part of the Bible that just don't sit right with me. So try Jesus, please don't try me, 'cause I fight. Try Jesus, not me, 'cause I throw hands. Just a simple tune keeps Georgia on my mind.